Hi guys. I just wanted to make a quick video and say hi because I actually got sick. I have bronchitis and I couldn't breathe and I couldn't talk, but made myself a little list of videos I want to make, and I'm gonna still print out those laws, God willing, and I have a couple marked video stories, and also stuff about mind control things in the news, like people don't think for themselves about medical issues because they've been trained. The doctor thinks about that. You can learn and figure out how the body works and take care of it. You have a brain and you know what your body feels like. And sometimes you need medical treatment, but I'm not going to get into that. I want to make a video about it. And more stuff with the narcissist, because I really want to get to the root of that to help my grandchildren and my children, myself, and people in society, overcome this narcissism thing. But the big issue I want to get to right now is that during this whole arrest thing in the trial, I recovered a part of myself that was 14 years old. You can imagine any 14-year-old is very rebellious and emotional. My memories of being 14 were very bitter. And if you saw the Dream Around New Year's video of the bottle of bitter waters, which is tea, that's where the bitterness was in my life, and that's where all the pride was in my life, because I had made such vows and such determination to stop living my life and live a new life that I really felt justified, because God has set me free from so much, and I really do have humility by His Spirit, and I really do live in holiness as far as possible. But there was so much. It's not about your do, it's about your who. I had so much filthiness in my who, and it was in my memories at 14. That is me, but because of trauma, I had blocked it out and said, that's not me. It's me. And I just want to confess my sins to my brothers and sisters in the Lord, which I do that privately with my little prayer partners, but my little spiritual buddies that I talk to. But I've made so many videos and I just cringe looking at them because that can be really slow and boring and tell too many details. But honestly, from the beginning of this channel, I said I was making this for myself, and I watch and listen to them myself. Out of all the views I have, you could do at least 5 on each video. That's just me overall, because I really watch them and then I remember my thoughts and I remember myself, and it does help me as a therapeutic tool. I've made more that I've kept private. I had a really hard time keeping them all straight private, but because on YouTube it gives you date and time and you know how many times you watched it. And a private one, I had to figure out how to make an album. This was very hard for me because I think I had mental blocks about using communication tools and communicating effectively about myself. I could talk about anything else in the world, but not being my real self, then my mind would just blank out. That's why I made these videos for myself. So sorry if they're tedious. I have a very analytical mind and I like to think of every last little thing. The other part I'm going to put in here with that is that I saw my own pride. And it was just, oh my gosh, I was so undone. I was so undone. Not in condemnation either. Just when God shows you yourself and you compare it to Jesus, this is really ugly. And all the lies and all the bad feelings. And He allows us to feel our feelings, but then we have to give it to Him. We can't bottle it up inside ourselves. But I've had amnesia of my own memories and feelings and emotions, and that's why it was bottled up. But by faith, that was this whole trial, was getting that bitterness, which has been in my whole life. This bitterness has been a huge problem, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I've been through 3 years of untying knots in my mind to finally get to this point. I couldn't have gotten to it otherwise. I mean, God didn't let me anyway, and I sought Him and sought Him. This is how He was going to do it. So I just wanted to say that a friend of mine said, you say you're humble, you have pride. And I was like, oh. I went and prayed about it, and God was showing me you do have pride. But I didn't have pride how people thought. Like, And I'm just such a stickler for the truth. I'm like, but you don't know. It's not like that. It's like this. Okay, well, that's right. Well, okay. That's because I want to be accurate. Pride is pride is pride. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't, and God showed me, so yay, I'm not in jail. And even I didn't get to this bitterness till after the date itself, but somebody prayed for me, and God let their prayer stand that I didn't go to jail, because it was starting to drag out when they were deciding, and they were asking questions, which showed me, oh my gosh, this jury is people who are probably not awake, and maybe under my control, and oh my gosh, they don't know the laws of the land and stuff. I don't know, this lighting is weird, but I'm feeling better. Hope I don't look too scary. So the other thing I saw, I'm going to make this really short, is just saying, oh God, thank you for showing my pride and rebellion and that bottled up bitterness. And I'm feeling a lot better. You showed me some more stuff of inner healing. People who have DID, you can have soul ties with yourself. Big little clue there. Break soul ties within yourself. Okay, moving on. That's not for everybody. That's for whoever wants to grab it and hear it. The angles that I just kept analyzing because there's a spiritual level with the situation. Then there's a soulish emotional level. Then there's a physical level. Then there's a social angle looking at this group of people or that group of people. And then he did show me different things. Because when you're dealing with one situation and other people are involved, all of a sudden the permutations are myriad, infinite. You can't get to the bottom of everything. It's not the lie that the enemy says you will never understand and we can't get to the bottom of an issue. No, you can get to the bottom of an issue. Oh, I gotta cut this off. But there's so many, only get to what God shows you and what he has for you. Okay, bye.